Welcome back to Girl Talk. We are coming from Island Tire from their South End location with Barry Edwards. He is the new owner of Island Tire and Automotive Services. Always great to be here. We're going to help people save money. Who doesn't want to save money?
Everyone, pretty much, particularly in this economy.
And you had a great point. We were talking off camera. I think when people think in terms of car maintenance and things like that, they're not really thinking the big picture, and this actually being an opportunity to save money. So let's talk about how, in particular, is what we're talking about today, how your tires and the maintenance of your tires and kind of keeping on top of those maintenance items, how that can help your bottom line and save money.
Well, it really does. Most people don't realize how much tires can lose pressure. I mean, it's perfectly normal for a tire to lose 1.5 pounds to 2 pounds a month. Literally, it's under pressure. It will seep through the pores in the rubber. As you lose pressure in your tire, the width of it actually expands on the pavement, and that creates, excuse me, more drag. In doing that, it means that your engine has to work harder.
Okay, that makes sense.
And so your mileage will suffer. So that's one of the reasons that we try to encourage people to always get their tire pressure checked once a month.
Once a month. And that should just be a kind of a standard rule then.
Absolutely. And particularly when you see a vehicle, if they haven't checked it 2 or 3 months, all of a sudden the little light goes off and they're worried. And a lot of times it's because the vehicle just hadn't been driven or it hadn't been checked and it's lost, 3 to 4 pounds of pressure.
What are some of the things that will affect a tire pressure that make it lose the pressure? Is that weather? Is it
weather can create variations. If it gets cold, literally the air within it condenses, and so it has less pressure. Again, when it gets hot, a tire can actually have overpressure. That's part of why you want to make sure it has the correct pressure, because an underinflated tire will heat up to the point where it can actually damage the tire. So with that, use something like this. It's a tire pressure gauge, and put it down there. You want to check inside the door jamb. On most cars, it'll tell you what is the pressure that car was designed to have in the tires. And it doesn't matter if you change tires.
I was going to say, so it's a vehicle issue. It's the make and model.
That's correct.
They will determine the pressure versus the type of tire that you have on that car.
Exactly. Now, you can have some high-performance applications where people are putting a specialty tire, but for a day-to-day driver, you really should follow the vehicle manufacturer's recommendations for 2 reasons. One, they know that that's a safe parameter. 2, it's also that was the pressure that the vehicle was designed to run on, and so as far as performance, handling, stopping ability, a lot of it comes down to you want to have it so it matches what the engineers that designed it had in mind.
Okay. Well, that's easy enough.
Right.
So you've got the pressure gauge, and you can just do that yourself.
Yep.
Or you can just bring it here to Island Tire, and you all check pressure at no cost.
Absolutely. We do it every day.
And you can put a little air, you can make the adjustments at no cost. That's always a free service, which is just great to know.
Well, and even if people are traveling, a lot of time if they think the tire's low and they'll go to one of those coin operated things, they're fine for putting pressure in the tire, but do not rely on the gauge that's part of the filler. Those tend to be usually out anywhere as much as 4 to, we've seen some as much as 10 pounds. So you can actually over or underinflate the tire without meaning to. So get a decent tire pressure gauge, leave it in the glove box. When you're around town, pop into either one of our locations, either the north end or the south end. At the north end, you can just pull right up to the front doors and the guys will come out and check the pressure. Here you can either do it at the gas lane. Kenny tries to make sure he checks everybody's tire pressure when they're getting fuel.
He's great. Let's talk a little bit about tread too, because you've got a few examples of good tread and some not so good tread.
That'd be a good way to characterize it.
My official term.
Yeah, one of the things, tread depth becomes important. Right now the current guidelines are that you want to have at least 4 30 seconds of tread, and what that works out to, the little piece of metal right here protruding, that's considered the minimum. Anything less than that, and the vehicle is going to be prone to particularly hydroplaning or trying to stop in wet conditions. I think we've got just about every leaf blower running around us today.
It's lawn maintenance day.
We picked the right day. But the way you check the tread depth is literally hold this right up to the tire, push it in to where it bottoms out inside. In this case, this tire has 10/32. Okay. I can read that right off the side.
Right.
You can get these, or we'll check that for you. This tire here, it's worn out. However, the main thing to look at is how it's worn in the center. This is pretty even wear. Now this tire has long since been worn out. Probably should have taken out of service. It has no tread depth.
Yeah, this is cooked.
Yeah, that one's done. It's goose is cooked. But the things you want to look at is a tire should wear evenly. And that's part of the reason that you want to do tire rotations. About every other oil change, get the tires rotated because you will have uneven wear between the front and the rear. Just because the front tires are going to be more susceptible. The other thing you want to look at is if you've got uneven wear, like this tire. I don't know if Mike can get that on camera. You've got plenty of tread depth here in the middle on one side.
Yeah, that looks great. This side, not so much.
When you see something like this, uneven wear on one side or the other, a lot of time that'll tell you that there may be an alignment issue. And that's not always restricted to just the front tires. That's why when you do an alignment, you align the front tires as well as the rear, because you want to make sure the axles are all four tires are going in the right direction. And so if you start to see uneven wear like this, number one, you probably need to check for the alignment. Two, probably get them rotated.
Well, lots and lots of options here at Island Tire and Automotive Services. Again, just keeping your car in its optimum running condition will save you money, and that's the bottom line, and they're here to help. 2 locations here on Hilton Head. Thank you as always, Barry. Lots of great information. Thanks for joining us this time around on Girl Talk. We'll see you next week.